Hey, what's up, everybody? Ray Kaufman here. I'm going to start doing these bi-weekly videos again, just letting everybody know what I'm working on, kind of what my project list looks like. Over the past few months, my followers online have really started to grow, especially on Facebook. That's where I've been focusing a lot of my attentions, on the Facebook page and growing my Patreon, which is going to help me do this kind of stuff full time. First thing I want to do right now is I want to give a shout out to a lot of the Patreon subscribers of mine who have been supporting me on there for a year, 2 years. That's been amazing. It's really helped me get things to where they need to be right now. So I've got, I'm not going to say last names because people may not want their last names out there, but I've got some people who just went over 2 years supporting me on Patreon. These people have solidly been there with me for 2 years. I've got Adam, I've got Brian, I've got Justin. You guys have been on it for 2 years. Thank you all so much for the support. The money has gone a long way in helping me get some things done here in the studio, helping me get to shows, get things printed. So I can't thank you all enough. Also, I just had some people hit a 1-year anniversary on supporting me on Patreon. So I've got Aaron, I've got another Brian, I've got Christopher, Clint, Daisy, Jason, Justin, Rodney, Leslie, supporting me for over a year on Patreon. So thank you all so much for that. All the people who just I announced as far as having anniversaries on my Patreon, I'm gonna get y'all a little something extra this month. So be looking for that when I send out the rewards at the beginning of May. So that'll be fun. That'll be cool. All right, so some of the projects I'm working on right now, I've got some cool stuff happening. I'll be collaborating with some YouTube musicians on some time-lapse videos, some art time-lapse videos. Some of them reached out to me when they found out what I was doing, and I reached out to others because I've just got some creators on there that I really love their work. I really dig their music, and I listen to it while I'm working on these things. I am working on a retro gaming painting collection. There's going to be 12 to 15, there will probably be 15 pieces in this painting set when I'm done. I will be making prints of the paintings. Some of them will be exclusive limited run paintings. The other ones I'll just have all the time. This is something I've wanted to do for a while. A lot of you know that. I'm finally in a position where I can do it. The first piece a lot of you all have seen leak online was for Ninja Gaiden. I've had a lot of fun doing that piece. I've got a couple of other pieces that are already finished, like completely done, but I haven't shown any of those yet because I want this to be a surprise. And of course, the first place you'll be able to see them will be on Patreon. So all my Patreon supporters will get first crack at looking at those. Any way I can find to give my Patreon supporters a big thank you or a bonus as far as my work is concerned, I'll do it. And one of the ways I can do that is kind of turning my Patreon into my unofficial main social media account, which is what I'm trying to do. We want to create a community of people over there. I've got some contests I'm getting ready to start doing. I've got some other things I'm going to start doing. But not to get off subject, this isn't a plug for my Patreon necessarily. The retro gaming painting collection is coming along. It'll probably be done here in about 3 weeks, and I can show it off. You'll be able to pick up each print as an individual, whichever ones you like, or you can buy the whole set for a discounted price. I don't know what that's going to be yet. I don't know how many pieces are going to be in there yet. So another big thing, this has been happening for a while. A lot of you know that my 2018 was really bad, and I don't need to get into all that again. If you want to know, you can message me and I'll let you know about it. But Aurora Volume 2 is finally going to be finishing up, probably in late May. A lot of those Kickstarter backers who I need to get things out to, you're going to start getting those in hopefully June. Hopefully start getting those packages in June. I'm excited to get that out and get those fulfilled. A lot of the Volume 1 people that just had stuff for Volume 1, a lot of you all have yours now. Some of you don't, and they're going to be on their way. Excited to finish that. Stuff for Volume 3 is already in the works. So I've got that happening. That's going to be rolling out. I've also got some more work for Derelict. Some of you don't know, I did write a horror novel. It just released. It's called Derelict, The Harbingers of Chromius. It takes place in Harrodsburg, Kentucky. That was a lot of fun to write. I wrote a lot of that, the lion's share of that, probably in the time I spent in 2018 going back and forth to Mercer County. And that was actually one of the big reasons I set it there, was because I was spending a lot of time back home with my mom at that point. That's doing really well. You all have been killing it on Amazon. You all killed it in the pre-orders. Maybe the most successful production I've done yet. Big thanks to you all. A lot of it was people curious about a horror novel being written in Harrodsburg. A lot of it was people that believe in me as a creator and as a writer. That belief has been founded because it's averaging a 4.5 out of 5 rating on Amazon. It's got a 5-star rating. There's only 2 votes on there so far, but there were 2 5-star votes. So go on there and check it out. If you've read it, if you dug it, or however you feel about it, go on Amazon and leave a review so we can get a bigger sample size of what people think of that. Professional reviews are starting to roll in, and the reason I talk about Derelict now is because there is more coming. Derelict has 2 novellas coming out later on this year. One will be due out late June. It's the fallout from the end of the book, what happens after, and then there's another late November, early December, and it's called Derelict: The Splintering. So if you've read the first book, there's a mention of an event called the Splintering. The first novella that's due out, the fallout, is about 100 pages. It's a easy read, about 100 pages. The Splintering is about 150 pages, give or take. Most likely it's something like so. Those will be both available this year. And then Aurora, I'm getting my books mixed up. Derelict #2, the second volume, full novel volume of Derelict, will be coming out in 2020. To tide you all over, for those of y'all who really liked Derelict, 2 novellas coming out this year, and the second novel will be released late next summer. So something to look forward to on that. Commissions. I've got a lot of commissions I'm working on right now. I'm finishing up that Dragon Ball Super sketch card set. I've got a lot of commissions on my desk. So I'm finishing those commissions up. The way I do commissions and sharing pictures on social media, some people have asked me why I don't put more pictures up. I do it in a way that I like to have the commissioner see their piece first, like in their hand. So when I send a piece to a person, I want to have it in their hand first. I want to make sure they love it. I don't want to share it unless they love it. So I've got so much stuff in here. I can't wait for you all to see so many things I'm working on. And I did ask my Patreon subscribers what they thought about the prospect of me designing t-shirts. And of course, everybody was like, why aren't you already doing it? So thank you all for the support. I've got t-shirt designs I'm starting to work on right now. They'll be available on, I think they'll be available on Teespring and a couple of other stores I'm working with. And you will also be able to get them on raykaufman.com. There'll be a new section on the website for t-shirt designs. They'll range from old school video games to my own original artwork to manga and comic inspired t-shirts, things that I can legally do. I can't make an Avengers t-shirt and put it online, and you get in trouble for that. But the things that I can legally do, I'll do those. 3 designs in the works right now. My hope is to do a new design every month, and I am going to do a new Patreon tier that will include a t-shirt every month. To tie it up, I'm going to talk about just a little bit of Patreon stuff right now. If you're not a follower or if you're not a subscriber on Patreon, it's as low as $1 a month. It goes up. You can read the tiers on there, but it is patreon.com/RayKaufman, me. You can check it out there. Every bit of support I get is good. Honestly, I like to see those numbers going up. Not necessarily the dollar amount. Of course, the money helps, but seeing the number of supporters. If it's a buck, it's a buck. And I tell people all the time at shows and on social media, for less than half the price of a soda at a restaurant, I work part-time at a restaurant, you can support me for every month. So it's like $1. I think a restaurant soda now is about $2.50. So for less than half the price of that, you can support me on there. And I'm going to start doing a little bit more stuff for the $1 tier people, because I've got a few on there. A lot of people from the $1 tier have graduated up to the 5 and the 10, and they've decided to go to some other tiers, and some people are still there. So I want to make sure I get some good stuff out for them too. But there's a refresh on the tiers coming. Probably coming in May. I'm going to go ahead and let April ride out and play out. So once April is done, May will have a complete overhaul on the tiers. I've had some new ideas for things I want to add, and so I can just give you all more, try to give you all more content and things like that. So the Patreon refresh is coming. I've already started incorporating some other things. I'm working on finishing a new Patreon video, intro page video, and then some new layout artwork I want to put on there. Sorry, I got the hiccups. I just ate some cauliflower rice and some chicken and stuff. Eating healthy, losing weight, trying to live longer, all that kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to getting that done and getting more for you all. In 2019, I really want us to build a community of, if you're into my work, if you like my work, if you want to see different things from me, I want to get to a point where you all have a direct line of access to me. A lot of my patrons already enjoy that. We talk back and forth. I've become friends with many of you. Even if you're not like a Patreon subscriber, if you see me at shows, you come by my table, we've cultivated a good relationship. I call a lot of you all friends now. We talk, just small talk, so, but yeah, that's the place, patreon.com/Ray Kaufman. One last thing I really want to do and start doing a little bit more when I do these videos. I may not be able to do one every time. I want to start doing shout outs for other creators, other independent creators, people whose work I admire. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in the art medium. It can be a writer, it can be a game developer, it can be anything, because I'm a firm believer that when other creators support other creators, we all win. If I have a strong social media following, and I can increase the volume on someone else's work and increase the signal and getting it out there, then that's what I should be doing. I know a lot of creators in many different mediums have suggested people to me in the past, or suggested me to other people in the past. Can't even think right. I got to get to work. That's what's on my head right now. But they've suggested me to people in the past, and that has helped me grow a big following. And a lot of my supporters, a lot of people that get artwork from me whenever I release something, I have those other creators to thank. So today I want to give a shout out to a indie game developer out there. I know they are a parent of a couple of kids, I think, married, doing the whole family thing. They work a full-time job. They do the other things that we all do all the time, and they are killing it. If you are a retro gaming geek like I am, you love the old pixelated NES, Super NES kind of graphics, they are doing this. And you can follow them on Twitter at Sorceress2016. They have a Patreon. They do things for whenever they have a new game out, for your portable devices or whatever. If you're a patron, you can get like a free download key for it. They do speed painting videos. They do game dev, pixel art tutorials. I watch those all the time on their channel. I think they're great. I support them. I donate monthly to their channel or their Patreon. I think that is a worthy place to spend your money if you're into that kind of thing. So follow them on Twitter at Sorceress2016 and check out their Patreon if you want to consider giving, and check out Ray Kaufman, or patreon.com/Ray Kaufman if you want to consider donating on there monthly. It's not just burning money. I will be giving you stuff. I'll be getting stuff out. That's all I've got for this week. So I probably won't do these weekly. I'll probably do these bi-weekly. I think we're running about 15 minutes or so right now. But yeah, just another way for me to get with you all and tell you all what I'm working on, and let's make some cool stuff together. With your support, I can do more. And I'm excited to get to more shows, get to other areas of the country, which I'll be doing later on this year. Later on this year, I'm really loading up on shows, and that's because I've gotten this great support from all of you. And I want to keep that ball rolling. Let's keep it rolling. I want to get to different parts of the country. I want to see people, meet people I haven't had a chance to meet. A lot of you I know from social media. I've never met you face to face because you live in other areas of the country or of the world. Hopefully at some point I can catch all of you all live at a show. So until then, I'm going to sign off. I got a lot of work to get to. You all have a killer weekend. Happy Easter if you're doing all that kind of thing. If you're a family person like I am, you're probably taking the kids Easter egg hunting or something. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. And I will see you all in a couple of weeks with another one of these. Take care.